And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your hosts, Pete and Mark.
Hey kids, and welcome to another edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast. I'm Pete Salas, along with
Mark, still here, still strange.
Oh my gosh. All right. Here we go, man.
Rodriguez.
Yes. Hi, Mark.
How's it going, Pete? I don't want to look at you.
I know. Did we set it up like this? Like before in the past? Have we?
I feel like we've been side to side before.
Like we've been both talking in the same direction, right?
Yeah.
But now we're actually staring. This is how we used to do it.
Yeah.
And it is a little strange talking like this, but...
Look around. I'm not good with eye contact, I feel.
Okay, I will look. I'll look down at this bag of chips, this random bag of chips you brought. Why did you bring chips for what is supposed to be a audible enjoyment form of entertainment?
Because Alyssa was cleaning cabinets, and we had these chips, and she knew we weren't going to eat them, so she brought them for your parents, but you can have them.
Well, did you bring any salsa?
No.
Salsa?
No.
You know, like sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes when I'm like typing my name in a new like website, it autocorrects my last name to Salsa from Salas to Salsa. Does that ever happen to you?
Not
with anything?
with Rodriguez's.
No?
Nope.
Does it
Mark
ever?
Anthony Rodriguez.
Mark Anthony. Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Mm-hmm. Everything's...
But not Salas. Salas is kind of a weird last name in a sense.
It's a cool last name.
Yeah, I mean, it's my last name, so I love it. That's my official stance on it. But in reality, it does mean like living rooms, plural. Multiple living rooms are Salas's. So
I don't know what a Rodriguez is.
I don't think it means anything. I'm sure it does. It has to like
fucking hurts.
I'm sorry, and that's not what I meant.
It means strength
That
and warrior like.
That's not what I meant, and you know it. So we're trying this again. We're doing this again. Let's see if this actually gets off the ground. No bullshit. All reality. How many people have asked you, when are you guys going to do the podcast again? You guys need to do the podcast again. Do you hear that as much as I do?
No. I have.
So 100% of our listener base came from my friend.
From your friends, yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think maybe one person, and that was like...
Your wife?
A long time, yeah.
Who is also part of my friend group.
But do people ask you?
Yeah, dude, I am not kidding. This is not like, shilling or patting myself on the back or patting us on the ass, whatever you want to call it. But no shit, people ask me all the time, when are you guys going to do the podcast again? These are like long-time listeners, like the Chris Perez out there in the world.
Yeah.
The Elisa Smith and Edna Lopez.
The E-Unit.
The E-Unit, they ask about it, I'm sure. I mean, basically people who've been on the podcast have asked on when they're going to do it again. And it wasn't until, like, I have had zero desire to do this in quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it's been in the back of my mind. I have thought about it for months, Mark, months. I'm not kidding. And my wife, Jamie, has been pushing me to do it. She's been telling me for months, like, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got something to say. Get it off your chest, blah, 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 blah. And, like, it I don't know what it is that just kept me stunted. And just some fun facts for everybody who's just joining us. I want to sound like a real life announcer. Hey, everybody, if you're just joining us.
On this podcast. That you downloaded.
The last time that we recorded and put out a podcast, can you want to take a guess of when that was?
Okay, I'm gonna guess.
You can't look at iTunes to.
I'm looking into my mind palace.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it happened in my house, in my garage, so it had to have been after 2016.
Yes.
It was after Donald Trump was president, I remember, because we had feelings about that.
Okay.
Which was also 2016, so that's just reiterating what I'm saying. I want to say that it was on July of 2017.
Oh, so close. You were like 3 days off. The last time we recorded, the last time you and I sat down to lay down some audible magic was Tuesday, June 27th.
Oh, you fuck nut.
Tuesday, June 27th, 2017.
Damn.
That was 5 days after my beloved's birthday. And today that we're recording, little look behind the curtain. Whenever you guys hear this, I don't know when this is going to get put out, but we are sitting down right now, IRL, in real life, on Sunday, January 27th, also the 27th. Can you believe that?
Oh, shit.
Of 2019, which brings us, for those of you mathematicians listening, that is exactly 580 days ago.
Damn. So we didn't do a single thing or record an episode 2018, all of 2018?
All of 2018 and more than half of 2017. 580 days, 1 year, 7 months, 1 day. 28 weeks, 6 days. 13,920 hours. That is how long it's been since we have recorded. Your thoughts on that?
Grace your ears
Yes.
with our soothing mayonnaise-like voices.
Mayonnaise?
Because mayonnaise is silky.
Ew. I mean, don't get me wrong.
smooth.
I love mayonnaise, but the way you're describing it is going to turn me off from it for the rest of my
Those
life.
Sweet mayonnaise voices in your ears.
You know, a lot of people, like, I think mayonnaise, when I think of that, it reminds me of something bland and boring. Like, you know, when someone's like, dude, that guy's so white bread, you know, like,
Yeah.
you're saying, like,
Yeah.
okay, so we've got mayonnaise voices.
Okay, Miracle Whip.
Ooh,
That's-
now
we got some tangy.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking
I
because,
fucks with Miracle Whip.
dude, I fucks with Miracle Whip, like, long term. Miracle Whip and I have been in a long term relationship, and you know what? It's upset some people in my house. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah. My wife is not a fan of
Look, I'm
Miracle
about
Whip.
to get a little racist.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
She's white.
Yes, she
So
is.
she probably likes mayo.
Yes. Well, actually, to be fair, she does not like mayonnaise at all.
What?
At all. She's not a fan of mayonnaise, but I think much less she's a fan of Miracle Whip. Yeah, so that's caused some issues, but we found a happy medium because now there's like a Miracle Whip with like olive oil or something in it. It's like supposed to be healthier. I'm not sure.
I think there's a Miracle Whip with avocado oil.
It's got ew. What?
That was. Oh wait, no, that's a mayo with avocado oil. I'm sorry.
Okay, see, so Mayo's trying to make a comeback and try and play on Miracle Whip's territory, kind of. Do you think that there's like gang warfare for condiments?
Absolutely.
Probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
It'd have to be.
The Bloods are ketchup.
But what the hell was I saying? Yeah, it's been like 13,000 hours and 580
Hey, wait,
days.
did you say your wife?
Yes, I did. That is something that has happened in the last 580 days.
Before, I would say,
Before what?
before 500.
Yes. Well, yes. Dude, you said when we were talking about doing this that we were not going to go back and retrack the last 580 days. But hey, we got to fill like, 30-ish minutes. So,
Yeah.
what's happened in the last year and a half, Mark, since I've talked to you?
I don't know if I mentioned this on the last episode,
Uh-huh.
but I have fulfilled my dream and I'm a businessman.
You are a businessman
I'm
now.
a businessman. I walk in with a jacket.
Yeah.
I walk in with some slacks.
Yep.
And everyone tells me, you don't have to dress like that, right?
Yeah.
Like literally nobody dresses like that. I'm like, look, I'm a businessman.
You're walking in madman style,
Yeah.
just like with some bourbon and a cigar.
They say you can't do that here. I'm like, get out here, doll.
You're slapping asses as you're walking through the hallway.
I've gotten a lot of letters.
Hashtag me too. That's happened in the last 580 days.
Yeah.
They've taken down a lot of raunchy ass men who
Like
have been working in the
and people that I don't know about you, but I think we admire.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm just like, oh shit, don't.
Yeah, like not him too.
Yeah.
Like him too, and me too. It's like him too also.
you're
with
a
question
fuck
mark.
nut too. Like, oh, you're a terrible person. Don't. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a long time since we've talked, and a lot of stuff has happened. I got married.
Yeah.
And,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. You were one of my best men. You came in. You were a pinch hitter, and you helped me out. And we had a badass entrance. And did you help me set up that cannon?
Yes,
that
I helped set
right?
up the cannon. I think you exploded the cannon.
I did explode the cannon. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of the listeners were in attendance of the wedding. So my wife and I, Jamie, we had a grand entrance, and we had Mr. Lou Ferrigno was on video, kind of like welcoming us as a new married couple.
Yep.
That was very nice of him, my buddy
awesome.
Lou.
It was super cool.
I put together a little documentary, kind of a little 10-minute ditty about how we met and how we got together and all that stuff and all that good stuff that you already know about. Go back and listen; it's in the archives. And I had what I've always wanted. I had a wrestler's entrance finally.
Yeah.
And I had pyro, kind of.
Yep.
It was a church, so yeah, I had an explosion of confetti, and I walked in holding hands with my new bride and a world championship belt on my shoulder.
That was so, like, I was blown away. It was, I'm speechless. It was so awesome to witness.
Thank
I was
you.
just blown away.
Thank you. That was really fun, man. That is something that honestly I don't think I've ever thought that would happen. Period. I never thought I would get married, and I know I've said that in the past. And
So does that mean you have bits now? Like, wives, am I right, guys?
yeah, exactly.
Women.
You know what? Why do I have a feeling that, God, it's been a long time, so please forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I talk about getting married in the last podcast?
You told me before we set this up. You said
I can't
I need
remember.
to do some research. I'm gonna need to listen to
Yeah,
that.
I didn't do any fucking
Well,
research.
quite
whatsoever.
frankly, I'm not surprised. Our dedicated listeners have been listening to the same episodes on repeat.
Oh my God.
Actually, funny story,
Mm-hmm.
they can't get the podcast because the website is down.
The website should be back up by the time you're listening to this, obviously.
Awesome.
Hopefully. If not, then you're watching it on YouTube, unless they've pulled it for copyright reasons. Because that's another thing that's happened. YouTube kind of cracked down on shit, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, it's getting pretty crazy in the YouTube verse.
explain that to me, please.
Okay, so there's copyright strikes that can happen to YouTube videos that use other people's content.
Okay.
But the people that create the content that use... Okay. Let me gather my thoughts.
Uh-huh.
The original creator of the content created something. A second party did something, and let's say they used a little clip and said, hey, I'm just poking fun at this person. I'm going to use like 5 seconds of their video. I'm going to make fun of them real quick.
Right.
And then they're going to upload their like 15-minute video. They have 5 seconds of that other video, and that video will copyright strike that 15-minute video and say, hey, they used my material. I need all their money. So they're going to get the revenue off of that video because it has their content. And YouTube, from what I hear from YouTube people, are like just terrified of that because you can say, hey, actually, that's not fair, YouTube. I just used a little clip of it. And if I'm not mistaken, it can go one of two ways. Either YouTube will watch it and be or be like, hey, you know what? No, you're right. You're back up monetized.
Okay.
Or they'll be like, no, it's their video, and also here's a copyright strike. So if you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel's deleted. Like, you're banned.
Okay.
You're not allowed to. Like, you as a person are not supposed to go on YouTube again.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, this is all what I assume.
So
I'm
we
not
might-
assume, but what I gather.
We might keep these off YouTube. Just it's possible that there will be. I'll have to
Fuck it, let's stick it to the man, Pete.
Well, how do we do that? Do you have the revenue to
If
fight it?
this video gets 100 thumbs ups,
Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what everyone says.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly. So I'm doing the research now on the fly, and like I said, the last time we recorded, June 27th, 2017, that was episode 21. I'm sorry.
What?
I am really rusty at this. Please excuse me. That was episode 71, and that one was called "On Tuesdays We Wear Rompers." So this is officially episode 72.
Rompers were a thing, too.
Rompers were a thing a year and a half ago.
That was a long time ago. Man.
Almost 2 years ago.
People ate Tide Pods last year.
See, yeah. I'm a little thrown off, okay? I'm a little thrown off because again, episode 70, God bless it. Episode 70 was August 23rd, 2016, okay?
Okay.
So we had a...
What?
Yes, episode 70 was August 23rd, 2016. Then we came back and sat down on June 27th, 2017. So there was a August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, a 10-month hiatus. We went 10 months in between episodes.
We're really bad. We're getting significantly worse. If any, like, people are supposed to improve. We're getting worse.
We're going in the wrong direction. And I really like the synopsis of our last episode. It says, hey, kids, believe it or not, the Legion of Dumb actually sat down to record a new episode. Almost a full year later, we tackled the tough issues like lies moms tell their kids, Rio Grande Valley folklore, marriage classes, waffles, Mark's fashion sense, and the Police Academy movies. Good talk. Hopefully it's not another 10 months until we record another. We missed you guys. Well, we didn't miss them enough, and it was not 10 months. It was actually 580 fucking days later.
So if we keep this up, you can expect another episode in 2021?
Yes, something like that. In 2021, we'll be back. And do not change that station.
Stay subscribed.
Keep it locked on the Still Unnamed Podcast Network. Oh, my God. Man. What is wrong with us? Why are we even doing this again? Have you had something to say? Honestly, like, let's stop fucking around. Let's talk.
Okay, for real talk?
For real talk.
I don't have anything to say ever.
Jesus Christ.
However,
yes?
I do like being on.
Okay.
Like, I like entertaining. That's it.
Okay.
I like to entertain.
So you miss the entertainment factor or the feeling of being an entertainer.
Yes.
While doing this.
Yes,
okay.
I love to entertain. I'm on the KRGV Snapchats all the time. I come out in.
I've seen you on the promos.
I've done a couple of promos.
Yeah,
I've done a couple of videos, and I'm always game for it. I love to just act silly.
You are a natural silly ass entertainer. Basically a clown.
Thank you.
You're basically clown shoes. I don't know. But
hey, here's a funny story. Or it's not. It's a little joke.
Mm-hmm.
They say that if you got big old shoes, you got a big old.
That is what I hear.
And if you drive a big vehicle,
size 13, by the way.
You if you have a big vehicle, you're compensating for a small.
I have heard
wiener.
that too.
That's why I'm terrified of clowns.
What does that mean?
Because they drive tiny clown cars.
But have big shoes.
And have big shoes.
Wow, that is an anomaly.
There you go.
They have giant floppy shoes and drive little cars.
So they don't got to compensate for anything.
So what are they packing down there?
I'm just saying, their baggy pants are hiding something.
Does the elephant walk by and go, God, whoa, what's going on there? That is a good point. I never thought of that.
There you go. I'm a man of the world. I know a little facts. I know facts. What about you, Pete? Do you have anything to say?
Well, one of the things, honestly, and this again, we're getting real here. One of the things that has kept me off this microphone for 580 days, and I am not going to go too far on this. I'm just going to touch on it. The state of the world right now, with how divided this country is, and how just, oh my God, it's god awful out there. Is it not, Mark?
Like a trash fire?
It is a dumpster fire is what is happening to this country, and I cannot, and I am really fighting the urge to do it, but like that's the reason why I got on this microphone. But like, dude, seriously, you know what's very sad to me, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's very sad to you. Tell me what's very sad to you, Pete.
I am going to cry. I'm about to cry. Hold on, my phone is trying to catch up with my emotions. How do you go to like on Facebook like things that happened, or like how you get to how it tells you like your memories of what the fuck's happened in the last or
your Facebook
on this
memories?
day 5 years ago or whatever. Do you have any idea how to get to that?
I know that I get a notification.
Yeah, I did too when I first opened it, but like
I was just looking through your notifications.
It went bye. Anyway, I'm not gonna quote it. Is it memories? It is memories. Stupid. It's right here.
I don't know. I know clown facts, and that's it.
On this day, January 27th, 3 years ago, I wrote, I typically never get really political on social media, and I'm not starting now. Doesn't matter to me what your party preference is. Frankly, I don't care, which is still true. But seriously, kids, Donald Trump cannot become the goddamn president. Like, for real. The joke's over. In fact, the best and possibly only positive thing to come out of Trump potentially winning is Daryl Hammond making weekly appearances on SNL again for the next 4 years. God bless you and God bless America. Hashtag make SNL great again. And the reason I said that is because at the time, Alec Baldwin hadn't come on and started doing his fantastic impersonation of this orange monster. But I'm really sorry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just telling you that when I woke up and looked at Facebook, because that's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, you reach over, you grab your phone, and you say, what the fuck kind of, what's happening now?
Yeah.
Like, what now is happening?
Yeah, we just got done with one of a record-breaking government shutdown.
A record-breaking government shutdown. Yeah, the government has been shut down for 30-something days, and then
Actually,
yesterday,
it's open again.
It fired up again. So, yeah, all of the furloughed employees and government officials and that were not getting paychecks the last, month
Month and a half.
finally are able to feed their families. Imagine that, Mark. You work, you go to work, and you're now able to provide for your family again because the ban has been lifted.
It's pretty shitty. I saw an interview with one of his guys who was being interviewed by, I want to say CNBC.
Okay.
And they were saying, what do you think about this whole shutdown, about people having to go to food shelters and needing assistance while they are still working? What do you think about these
Right.
people that are having difficulty being able to feed their family? And he goes, well, and he sounds tired. Like he doesn't sound tired. He sounds boring. Like just listening to him, it takes effort. He went on to say, well, I don't know what the big deal is. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
They could just go to banks and get loans
Oh my God.
so they can feed their families. They're gonna get paid when the government opens. They're gonna get paid, and then they might have to pay a little bit of interest, but
Oh my God.
at least they're gonna have money. And they're saying like these people are working 2 jobs. There's government employees that are working their like air traffic controller job, and they're driving Uber, and they're not getting any sleep, and they're supposed to be like taking care of a very, very dangerous, life-threatening
Right.
deal.
Right. Keeping the planes from hitting each other.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, it's just, of course he's a billionaire, and he's like, I don't understand why this is an issue. Doesn't everybody have $1 billion? But let's not get into that.
Right. The only reason I touched on that was because a lot of people, like I said, this is how we started this, is a lot of people have mentioned to me over the past, 580 days. That is stuck in my head. 580 days. It has been mentioned several times. It's been texted to me, messaged to me. When are you guys going to do it again? And I just kind of say, I make up something. I don't know. Whatever it is that I come up with. But the truth is, I have really avoided the microphone because I knew that if I sat down here without you,
Yeah.
because your natural desire to entertain, as you've stated, would have kept me going and like pumped to like keep on talking about fun shit. But if I sat here by myself like I used to, and I really contemplated whether or not that I was going to do that again, if I was going to sit here and like kind of just talk into the microphone.
I remember, I
used to do that a lot. I would do like an intro and then I would cut to us, you know. But I didn't do it this time because I knew that I had so much pent up fucking frustration and anger, and you know, I'm married.
Yeah.
You're married.
I'm married. Women, am I right, guys?
It's not easy. It is not easy to be a husband sometimes.
No, it's...
You know, the whole... You may have lived with the person before, but then when you're married, it's like, it's different.
And it's always... There's always something to improve upon. And I don't want to boast or brag or anything, but I feel like Alyssa and I have a very good, strong relationship.
I think you do too.
And I feel like, I don't know how to say this, but without coming off like a dick, but like
come off like a dick.
People might be like, look at them, good for them, they have it going on.
I say that.
We have our issues also. I mean, just last week, let's peel back the onion a little bit. We had a little bit of a fight, or not fight, just because we tend not to fight. We had a disagreement, I suppose, where it had to do with working out.
Like calisthenics.
Okay. Exercising, yeah. So, okay.
Because I'm from the 50s.
So, little setup. We started working out because we packed on a little bit.
Okay. Well, it was the holidays just went by.
It was the holidays.
Uh-huh.
So we decided we wanted to work out together, and I got some pre-workout. I don't know if you know how pre-workout works. You
That's basically cocaine, isn't it?
It's like cocaine. It gives you a lot of energy.
Okay.
So we got some cocaine.
Okay. And you called it pre-workout, quote unquote.
And she takes her cocaine before me because my cocaine hits faster. And so we didn't realize it. This was like the first time that we were taking it. So she takes hers. It says to take it like 30 minutes before. So she takes it and she's waiting and we're watching TV. And after about 15 minutes of her in her system, I take mine and mine hits in like 5 minutes. Okay. And we're watching TV and I'm getting antsy and I'm like, hey, is it hitting you at all? Are you feeling anything? And she's like, I feel nothing right now. So...
But my sister's like me. I mean, we're naturally sluggish, just very like subdued.
One of the first times that it hit her with a different pre-workout, she was like, I don't want to do it, but I don't have an excuse, so let's do it. She had the energy, but she didn't know
what to do with it.
Yeah. So, but that was a different time. This time she was like, okay, let's go work out. Let's get it over with because you are feeling energy. I was so hopped up and I was so full of energy that it annoyed me a little bit that she said, let's get it over with.
Oh,
so I'm quite an emotional person. I don't know if anybody knew that. So it's weird. My triggers are sometimes weird.
Yes, triggers are tricky.
And so that annoyed me, but that didn't
deter you from actually
deterring.
Okay.
So we get dressed. We start working out. In the middle of the workout, she's having a lot of trouble keeping up because it's a high intensity.
What are you guys doing?
It's on an app.
Okay.
And this particular workout was 27 minutes, and it was high intensity interval training, HIIT training, and in it, there's like 30 seconds of like doing high cardio, like high knees or foot fires or lunges or squats or jumping jacks, and then like a 10-second break, and then right back to it, and then just back and forth, and it's really difficult, and I can hear her struggling and I can hear her trying to catch her breath, and it started to irk me because I've heard her struggling in the past and I've paused it in the past and I said, catch your breath, it's okay, we can just don't worry about it.
Right.
And I can hear her struggling and it's bothering me, so I end up pausing it and I'm saying just pause the workout, and I ended up walking out. I'm gonna say it was my fault.
Okay, because you You were
because
feeling,
I was all hopped up on cocaine.
you were hopped up on cocaine. You were already irked by the fact that she said,
Yes.
"Let's get it over with."
Let's get it over with,
her-
and she
she-
doesn't want to be there, and
Right. So you just kind of
just little chipping away at it.
okay.
And,
And how did you resolve that?
We went.
I'm always interested. I'm always interested in what happens in other people's houses. Not so much of like a voyeur, like I'm looking through
No, yeah.
looking through windows in random neighborhoods.
Like, oh,
But-
you guys having the brisket? Let's do it.
Oh, they got that good tile in there. No, but I'm always interested in relationships. Like that's one of the things that has changed about me, because we haven't even talked about change, like how we've personally changed. I
Yeah.
mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm always interested in other how other relationships function in comparison to my own, and so I am very interested to find out how did you guys resolve it.
So we went to bed angry.
Oh no,
Yeah.
which is a myth, by the way. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, we tend to do it a lot. She knows me well
Life
enough.
is not a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows me well enough to know he needs space. And it bothers me when she gives me space until I've gotten the chance to cool down. I was like, I appreciate the fact that she gave me space.
I get it.
And then the next day,
Mm-hmm.
we're like, okay, we're ready to talk about it. And we don't let emotions get high. We don't let like anger get the better of us. We express how we are both feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And we acknowledge when we've made a mistake.
Okay.
So when I made a mistake, I will tell her, look, I'm sorry. I recognize that I messed up, but I need you to understand that it bothers me that we're supposed to be in this together. You asked to join me in this, and you are like showing no initiative. You're showing no drive.
Right.
And she said, okay, but I need you to understand that it's going to be difficult, and some days I'm not going to want to do it.
Right.
And essentially we just talked it out and just let each other know how the other one was feeling.
Okay.
And that's really how we resolve most of our disputes.
I mean, when you guys do fight, what is the main fight about? Is it the kids or?
No, not the kids. Occasionally, we will say something about how the other one is doing with the kids. But never in front of the kids.
Got it.
So we'll be whatever with the kids, and then once we break off or go to the kitchen or we're in the bedroom or whatever, like, hey, I didn't appreciate you did this in front of the kids, or I didn't appreciate how you spoke to me in front of the kids, and
Right.
you know what, I wasn't even thinking. I apologize. Not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's an unspoken bond and agreement that whatever that parent said, I don't care if that's what I do not agree with that. That is what's going to happen, and later we will discuss it. Because there's been times where
Right.
I tend to be a more strict, firm disciplinary,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say like, oh, you're gonna be grounded from iPad for the rest of the week or whatever.
Right.
And then she'll talk to me afterwards like, hey, this is how they were feeling. This is what I think is going on. Like, we're gonna do that if that's what you want, but just, hey, here's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll open my mind a little bit. It'll let me see things that I wouldn't have otherwise considered.
Right.
And then possibly I'll change the punishment. Like, hey, you know what? I'll talk, and we talk to the kids also, like, you know, you messed up.
Right.
I may have overreacted a little bit, but I need you to understand that you're not supposed to do that, or you're supposed to do this, and you are going to be punished, but instead of for this amount of time, it's going to be for this amount of time.
So basically, you, even if you don't agree, you do agree in front of the kids.
Correct.
To stay, like, to keep up the appearance that you guys are perfectly in sync.
Yeah.
And on board with each other.
Yeah, we are a perfect team.
And then you hash it out later.
Yeah. They don't need to see what happens behind the curtain.
Right. See, I think that might be an issue that I have myself. Is I'm not kidding. Like, I forget that I'm married sometimes. And I know that might sound bad, and I don't mean it to sound bad I hope no one listening is taking it the wrong way. And I don't mean my wife, because I've said that to her multiple times. It's not like I forget, I'm
like, oh shit, what am I doing at the strip club?
Exactly. Or like I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do with someone else, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm married. Like, that's not at all what I'm talking about. I mean, just like walking through the goddamn grocery store, like I'm there, I'm shopping, and I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna buy, my favorite. It's ice cream day, so
okay, yeah,
I'm gonna get some sherbet for myself, and I know the kid likes these Fun Pops or whatever they're called, and I'm gonna get some Rocky Road for my wife, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm married. Like, it's those kind of like epiphanies that happen very often.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm going on 2 years. Next month will be 2 years that I've been married. And I feel like I'm still acclimating to what it's like to be a real husband. And honestly, Mark, like, all I want to do is be a good husband. But like, I find myself in these situations where the extremely selfish side of me and self-sufficient, and like I'm by myself, and it takes over, and it's really weird. So my question to you is, did that ever happen to you? And if so, how long did it take into your marriage for you to like adapt and be like, I am now a husband and that is my role?
Alyssa and I have been together since, I want to say 2008, maybe 2009, and we've been married since 2011. So
we're talking at least 10 years for sure.
Yeah, like a decade of being together. And for the most part, she's a very selfless person.
Okay.
So she tends to... Oh, you know what? Sorry, I don't mean... On occasion...
Hi.
She tends to... That's what may happen.
You're dancing around something.
Yeah. Because I want... She's going to listen. So I need to word it perfectly. And also, I don't want to paint her in a bad light. She may...
I would never allow that. She's my baby sister.
She also forgets that we're married.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
Oh my God. Like, that is very, very enlightening. Please explain. And I am going to speak for her as my sister. She'll be okay with this.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's nothing terrible, but there will be instances where maybe she wants a snack or something. We're laying in bed. She'll get up, go get her snack.
I know where this is going.
Come back to bed and eat her snack. Whereas I will say, hey, I'm going to get a snack. Would you like something?
Yeah. Oh my God, Mark. Shit.
So it's
I have had that exact same scenario happen where I
still work.
selfishly will go and get something for myself without even thinking that my wife might want something too.
Yeah. It happens.
But it's I can assure you that it's not malicious.
There's no malice in it. It's just the thing that irks me, and probably your wife also, is it feels as though it's not balanced or it's not fair, because if the roles were reversed, we would do it for you.
Exactly. But in that same vein, if the roles were reversed, had you not offered, I can't. Okay, in this case, I can't speak for Alyssa, but for me, like if Jamie got up and got herself a snack and didn't get me one, I would just get up and go get it myself.
I don't doubt that Alyssa feels the same way. And
I don't think that there would even be a hint of like, well, she didn't give me a snack, like I don't know if it's just now that you're confirming that my flesh and blood sister on occasion will also have the same issue that I do. That leads me to now question everything because, like, I guess it's just our DNA, our upbringing.
Possibly.
I mean, we are a strange bunch.
You tend to. I don't want to put you guys in a category or anything. You tend to.
Oh, please! I need this.
Consider yourselves loners.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alyssa considers herself a loner on occasion.
Yes.
You probably consider yourself a loner. She's on more than one occasion. In fact, probably within the week has said.
I hate most people.
No, she said, "Can I be a truck driver?" I know I've said it before on the podcast. She just wants to drive a truck
alone.
Just drive alone. And I told her, "Listen, you can do that, but I will cheat on you because you're not in the bed with me."
Right.
And she said, "I don't understand what's the difference. Just don't cheat on you. You don't cheat on me all the time. You constantly don't cheat on me. Just continue not cheating on me."
You can't. Wow, man, that is
outside observer.
That
My interpretation. I could be completely wrong.
No. You are, because you've been in social settings when it's my mother and father and me and Alyssa, and then you and Jamie are like, our plus ones.
Yeah.
And like I know that I don't realize it in the moment, and that is what is most puzzling, or like what I really wish that I could work on, is that I don't notice it in the moment how closed off we become when the four of us get together.
Yeah, you guys are a little clique, and you guys set up in a table, and this is your space.
Right.
This is your safe space. You make sure it's in the back of the room where you can't really you might say shake hands and say hey to everybody, but make sure it's far enough from everyone else where when they want to congregate, it's not around you guys.
Got it. Yeah, that is very accurate. And you and my wife, being the social butterfly entertainment, don't mind being the center of attention people that you are, it's like you're stuck. You have to sit at the table that we create. And that is not fair.
Well,
and
I'm not...
I understand that now.
I'm not really a social butterfly. I know Jamie is, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm an anomaly. Like, I like attention, but I don't.
No, that's identical. I mean, it's like Alyssa and I married the exact same person. Like, you guys could be brother and sister, seriously. I know that we've joked about that on multiple occasions, like during Christmas time and whatnot. You guys are birds of a feather.
Yeah.
So y'all flock together.
There's been a couple of times where we're like, yeah, right? Yeah. And just validate each other.
And honestly, I don't realize it in the moment, and I really need to work on that. Like, that's what I was saying. Here's my segue here of like why I ultimately decided to come back here, because again, I've told you that it's the world around me, and if I sat down here, I would just be a miserable bastard and just be like spouting hate about what's happening around me into this microphone, and that would just not be entertaining at all.
I don't know, some people like that.
I know, but I don't want to be like the Alex Jones of is that's his name, right? That guy from
Alex Jones,
InfoWars or whatever.
There's Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, I don't have a golden microphone. That's his chins going.
Let me try. And Barack Obama. And you got Hillary Clinton.
An acorn. Whatever that means.
And they're putting chemicals in the water to make the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah. That's a good Alex Jones, man.
Thank you. I've been working on it in the car.
But that, honestly, man, I said this to some friends of mine the other day. I have felt this huge weight of depression and anxiety, and it's all due to this presidency. And I hate to give him so much power. Yeah. And again, I'm picking my words very clearly, because I'm not going to turn this into like a hate fest.
This is how you feel, and you are entitled to feel your feelings.
Thank you.
No one can take that from you.
But what I don't like is that the last year and a half, the last 2 years, whatever it's been, has really, really made me depressed. I have crossed over. I've crossed back over into the why I started this podcast in the first place. If we rewind it all the way back to episode 1, I was by myself talking to this microphone and basically telling the world, whoever cared to listen, that I am a very, very depressed person and I need to get shit out.
You need an outlet.
I do. I did then, and I do again, and that's why we're doing this again. And to give you a platform to to shine like the star.
Yeah, tell all my clown anecdotes. Hey, did you know? I'm just kidding.
A star is born. And, yeah.
Lady Gaga is like 1 year older than me. And
okay.
that makes me a little depressed because she's done a lot more than I have.
You know, I cannot see her without thinking of you.
What?
Then it is a weird connection, but like, I don't know what episode it was that we were talking about her, and I said that I've always had a crush on her. I've always thought that she was hot, or whatever.
I snorted.
Did you just snort?
Because I know what you're gonna say.
And my favorite line after I
When we get shirts, this is gonna get on a shirt.
When I declared my love for Lady Gaga, your response was, "She's got a nice little tuchus." Oh God, that would go good on a shirt. It'd be like a silhouette of her. She's got a nice little tuchus.
And then it says the Still Unnamed Podcast.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, that's
Merch. Buy our merch. Are we getting close to wrapping this up? Because this is where I start plugging everything.
We're wrapping it up. We've gone more than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So we've got a combo episode coming up at you. So anyway, yeah.
Buy shirts, mugs, thermoses,
mouse pads,
bumper stickers.
Is that still a thing? We should make some bumper stickers.
What is it gonna say? Not she has a nice tuchus.
I don't know.
I don't want it to. Should it just say the Still Unnamed Podcast
with the logo on it? I guess. I don't know.
That might get people to be like, I wonder what that's about. I don't like putting bumper stickers on my car, though.
I know a lot of people feel that way. I don't like them either.
So we're going to put them on our laptops?
Yes. Or, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's not going to happen.
Let's vandalize vehicles and put bumper stickers on them.
That's a great idea, but we just said that was us.
Allegedly.
And plus, it directs them to our podcast. But no, like I said, I have to give it up to my lovely wife, Jamie, who pushed for me to do this. I know that there's one thing that I desperately want to do. I need to record my mentor, Mr. Fred Mann.
Yeah.
I've been talking about that for years. So I am going to set that up to where I finally sit down with him and have the conversation that we've needed to have for years.
Yeah.
And, I just...
Before you feel awkward about saying it, it's going to be a one-on-one.
Yes.
It's you and him.
No, it is, of course. 'Cause
Okay.
you don't really know him, so...
I know him.
How well do you know him?
I mean, I was a student of his at one point.
How likely is it that you are going to ruin a beautiful moment by chiming in with a clown anecdote?
High. Very high.
Okay, so you will sit that one out when that finally does happen. But yeah, man, that's this felt good. This felt natural. We had a rocky start, but I think that we
got the rhythm back.
Are you yawning?
No. This is excellent. Ear mayonnaise.
Is that the name of the show? This is the title for the episode?
Ear mayonnaise. No.
Ear mayonnaise.
No one's going to download
Gross. All right. Well, Mark and I are going to talk about merchandising and come up with a name for the episode.
Poppers. Cell phone poppers.
Oh,
those are hot.
I have one myself right there.
Boom. Wouldn't that look beautiful with a TSUP
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, I think we should start. Hey, I was thinking about this like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
What if we just went, what's up?
What's up?
Because that's TSUP, the Still Unnamed Podcast.
What's up? But say that as what, the intro now?
I don't know.
What's up?
Whenever. Like
up, Mark?
when you asked me, like, hey, how are you doing? Just go, Mark, what's up?
What's up? Okay, that might catch on. That might work. I like that. So anyway, I guess that means we're wrapping up.
What's up the butt?
Jesus Christ.
Cut that out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
All right, so on that note, it's good to talk to you guys again, and I hope you enjoyed the talk, and hopefully, I'm not going to jinx it by saying, hopefully it's not another 580 days till you hear from us. So that was not me officially saying it. That was me just being silly. We will try and get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah.
And Mark, always a pleasure.
Ditto.
Yep. So on that note, I'd like to special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. And I'm Pete Salas, along with
Mark, still here, still strange Rodriguez.
And you guys have yourselves a very happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Bye-bye. What? Oh! The big announcement. Yes, that's right. I forgot. The big announcement is... Drum roll. Yeah, we got nothing. Avengers comes out April 26th. So if anyone wants to take me to that, that's cool. Happy Taco Tuesday. Bye-bye.